Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go now on this Tuesday. And I tell you what, we are starting out the day with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. And even though we're seeing a lot of that low-grade stratus cloud cover out there, as we go through the day, we will begin to see some sunshine. And in fact, temperatures today, they will be a touch warmer than what we saw yesterday. 76 to right around 77 for a daytime high. But going forward, as we're talking about the rest of your work week now, it's still all about Thursday. Thursday. The next opportunity of rain and storms, and what appears to be now a more likely opportunity of severe weather on that day as well. So we do want to get you caught up with the latest details, and then also talk about potentially a wet weekend coming up as well. But at least today, no wetness out there. In fact, radar locally completely quiet. And while even as we look around the southern plains, completely quiet, really nothing going on. But as we begin to take a look out to the west now, this is our developing upper level storm trough, and this will eventually begin to come out. But the real key piece of this, and I'm going to show you this on the modeling coming up momentarily, this is going to begin to get detached from the jet stream, and it's essentially going to stall out across parts of the desert southwest. And beginning on Thursday, into Friday, into Saturday, maybe even into Sunday, it's going to send out several waves, several opportunities Thursday of rain and storms. But as we get into Friday and to Saturday, more than likely just an opportunity of a good old-fashioned rain. Now, to get any of that to happen, the one thing we're also going to need, well, is some moisture around. And at least as we look at the dew points so far today, similar to yesterday, where is the moisture? Well, it is still confined well down into parts of South Texas. So we're going to need this to begin to flux back up into the area. Number one, to get some rain. We need more rain, but again, unfortunately, like I mentioned on Thursday, it may come with an opportunity of some severe weather as well. Have a couple weak disturbances moving through today, even tomorrow. There will be a very weak dry line out to the west. Just don't see any real development off of the dry line. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I put in a 10% probability of a stray shower or thunderstorm, but it's this right here. It's this upper level storm trough. And again, look how it gets detached from the jet stream. And there it is. You see it stalling out across parts of the desert southwest, again, sending several waves, right? Several opportunities of rain and storms before eventually that does begin to move east at some point as we go through the weekend or the early part of next week. Okay, so the latest from the Storm Prediction Center, we continue with a risk of severe weather. Right now, this is mainly a slight risk around the area. It is not impossible, looking at all the newest details coming in this morning, especially from the 35 corridor off to the east, that this may be upgraded some on Thursday. And we don't make that call. That's a Storm Prediction Center thing. But again, just looking at the data, I don't think it's impossible. Again, wind and hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, up to $50, maybe even some golf ball size hail, not impossible. And the bottom line is it also may not be impossible to have a tornado warning or two. So we're going to track that obviously carefully as we go forward in time. There's the modeling. This is not the high-res data yet. We're not close enough, but again, you see we're getting the signals. You saw that very clearly. Again, the opportunity of rain and storms, yes, as we get into Thursday. But then even going forward in time, not just Thursday, but let's include Friday. Let's include Saturday. And again, there may even be that lingering opportunity into Sunday of some additional rain. Rainfall projections, all things combined, again, you can see, again, a lot of locations, half an inch, maybe a little over an inch, as you get east of the I-35 corridor. So more rain is on the way, but again, it's just going to be Thursday that we may have, again, kind of the added extras, right? Talking about that opportunity of severe weather. So again, mid-70s for most of us today. We're going to call it, generally speaking, a comfortably warm afternoon. And even if you're making any kind of Tuesday evening plans, look at those temperatures slowly easing down through the 70s. Overnight tonight, again, some 50s to locally here in the Metroplex, mid to upper 50s, maybe even right around 60. And again, you can see for tomorrow, most of us, temperatures beginning to take off, a lot of us at least, in the 80s, maybe even some mid to upper 80s in the west. A few locations there still in the upper 70s in our eastern counties. So we're dry today. It's a very low end 10% probability tomorrow with the dry line in the area. Again, the opportunity of rain and storms Thursday, lingering Friday into Saturday. A bit of a cool down by early next week, and then maybe another opportunity of rain and storms about 10 or 11 days on down the road.